Peace and blessings. Name of this piece is How to Attract Millionaires and Hundredthousandaires. So, because I know that some people uh, may think that attracting millionaires may be a little too far out of believability that you are that you a person or a so-called regular person can come in contact with millionaires. So, and I realize that on average, many of us, are earning anywhere between $40,000 and $80,000 a year. So that's the median income in the United States. So with that being said, I just recently have been to several conferences. Let me just kind of go back. I went to three, 4 or 5 day conferences and one 2 day conference. No, two 4 or 5 day conferences, as well as one 2 day conference. Learning from the absolute best and brightest on the planet, the absolute best and brightest all over, all over the world, actually. And then I had the opportunity. I went to not one, not two, but three-day boot camps, 72 hours of information, empowerment, wealth building information from some multi millionaires. And I learned a lot. I mean, it absolutely accelerated my development on such a level where the knowledge is so far out of a lot of people's scope of possibility that it's almost like, wow, I really showed up. I really had the time and the freedom, the financial freedom to show up, the emotional intelligence to have my priorities in order, to say that I want to do better for myself and for the community. So I realized that by going and listening, and that it would be a life transformation, and it absolutely has transformed me in terms of knowing what my potential is and where I actually am positioned right now. So I don't take anything for granted in terms of my potential. And just actually yesterday and Thursday, because they Saturday morning, I attended a HR class, human resources, dealing with hiring and how people hire different people. So all of these things are kind of coming together in a very, very positive way. And so I'm saying that in terms of attracting people, you really have to put down some things. You got to put down some of the things, the doodads, the chores that people have, the go this place, go that place. Just as an entrepreneur, and everybody should develop or have a need to develop a level of entrepreneurial identity where you're not wasting time. Time is your most precious asset. Your mission is to enhance your freedom, however that is defined. And I know that sometimes that can be defined by different people in many different ways. And so, what I'm going to say again, just going to these different conferences and workshops has accelerated me and put me in a strategic position as a leader, while others were doing whatever, wherever, whoever, certainly between the Baltimore and DMV area. Uh, I know that I added some stripes, some stripes to my badge, shall say. So, in terms of attracting, millionaires, sometimes what happens, you have to know your limits with the unlearned, or those that lack motivation. Many people talk about transforming the community and transforming this and transforming that. We got to do this, we got to do that. Well, first and foremost, you have to be in a position to assist first yourself and other individuals. And that's the wisdom that I learned over the years. Uh, I actually, years ago, in the hood, like the real hood, I attempted to open a store. Now, I didn't, like some people, I try to do things ethically, morally, and legally. So I'm not, out here scamming individuals. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not, and generally speaking, I wasn't necessarily begging people for money, but and maybe I didn't ask for enough people support. I didn't have the wide base of support, but there were some key people that I thought who were sincere. The RBGers in Baltimore and the so-called activists and the children's first movement and these different people who you invest in, and when you come up with a wiser, more sophisticated idea that could help the community, they ain't nowhere to be found. So I had to shift that relationship between everybody, shift that perception that this is some little hustle, that I'm some little ignorant person. See, because the educated Negro thought is, I'm gonna get a job, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to stay at this job, and that's all that matters. You can talk about helping the youth, but you help the youth by creating enterprises. You help the youth by creating opportunities. And these uh, miseducated black professionals could care less on many different levels about the urban environment, the urban entrepreneurs, and those that may not necessarily have, shall I say, direct access to capital, to a network of professionals and influencers. So many of these individuals are trying to create businesses in the service sector. So, and that certainly, should be looked upon as well. But what I realize is that uh, many people in various environments are not going to have the same education, the same skills, the same mindset, the same support system to grow enterprises in that way. So that was a learning experience for me, and what I learned from that is that I needed to be in a quasi, if not full, self-sufficient light in order to move forward. So to make a long story short, I did all that, and that's where I'm where I am here today. And so I'm heading to New York this afternoon, going to see a film screening. Before I do film, will be screened in at the Symphony something, I don't know, in Manhattan. So looking forward to that. Power moves are being made. Uh, things are going to evolve from there. Absolutely, things are going to absolutely balloon. And I have the talented people around me, and have just the education, the brand, and the finances to make some things happen. So I'm excited about all of that, and there won't be too many times in the future that I'm showing up for free. I don't necessarily have to do a lot of that anymore. I have too much knowledge. I just need to continue to study, follow up, study and follow up, study and develop my presentations. So when you have the right knowledge, uh, you don't have to keep showing up and you know uh, keep showing up around just regular people. I'm not saying that where I'm going in New York is regular people. I'm just saying sometimes and that's what I'm doing, actually expanding beyond my traditional networks of individuals, expanded beyond the persons that, generally speaking, knew you back in the day when you were just a regular person, and now You know, when you're coming into your evolution, your success, people want to look at you differently, or they want to look at you the same way, shall I say? They want to look at you how they knew you as a young person. And so, with that being said, uh, just keep checking me out. I'm gonna have Sister Nikki Woods from the Tom Jordan Morning Show. She's gonna drop. She's an awesome producer of that show. I mean, she's really blowing up, and she got Tom Jordan where he was. So I'm gonna have her on my show real soon. In fact, let me see if she reached out. So yeah, man, I ain't playing. I mean, now I don't listen to Tom Jordan much, but uh, get this sister on, and you know, like be like, all right, hire her, you know. So, so good things are happening. Holla to Success Scholar. Tune in each and every Monday. eLife Media. Go to the UStream app or the YouTube, YouTube as well as UStream, and you can upload on the app and UStream. I'm sorry, upload it on the UStream on the phone as well as on the website elifemedia.net. You can see all the shows there as well. In fact, I'm gonna go to it right now and check them out and make sure they're there. Peace.